You did
Yeah.
mention it earlier about, something that maybe Reddit and the community has been complaining out a little bit, which is the fact that,
Mm.
we'll just, I guess, move on to the Reddit complaint section because
Yeah.
people are upset. They're doing the holiday event, which they're like, okay, I'm trying new heroes. I'm getting ornaments. It's cool. But then I've been seeing screenshots of people being like, my MMR is an absolute free fall. I have gone from Ascendant to like Ritualist in the matter of 1 week,
Mm.
which it's funny, but it also, like, I have sympathy for them. I'm like, that might not have been the intended outcome, but what do you have to say to those players? Is this like a, skilled issue, or is this a, you're doing it to yourself type of thing?
Um, there's a couple things. So first of all, I completely understand the frustration. I mean, I've been
Yeah.
victim to that frustration myself. I think everyone has, in the sense that it's like, hey, the games right now feel a little bit random, which is like, okay, who kind of gets the most, goofy Christmas guys on their team that are playing on heroes that they've never played before or have like two
Yeah.
games. So I fully get the frustration. Now, I do think that we should just kind of, my personal opinion on this is that, you know, they could have disabled rank during the event. Like in retrospect, that may have actually been a good idea,
Yeah.
to just like disable rank during the event. Um, but regardless, I honestly think ranked should go anyway. I don't think ranked is actually contributing anything. The only reason I think they've kept ranked in is because it's the only like it's the
Retention
only
system
reason
that
why
you said.
people, yeah, exactly. It's the only reason why people will, like, feel motivated to log on again and like, okay, I got to rank up, I got to improve, etc. Whereas if you have no rank, you don't really, like, it's very intangible, right? Your improvement, you're not really sure if you're improving or not, because you don't know if you're playing against better players or not. So with ranked, at least you know, okay, I'm playing against better players. So
Mhm.
I understand why they've kept it. I do think it causes some harm to the game, but regardless, I do understand why. And of course, this might sound weird because I benefit a lot from ranked being in the game because I'm an educational content creator, and having a ranked system, incentivizes people to improve, and so it benefits me. So I shouldn't want them to remove it, but I still think that it's kind of like, I don't know, in the current state that it's in, it just doesn't really feel like it does much other than frustrate people. um, but yeah, with the Christmas event overall, what I would say is like, just don't take the games too seriously right now. And it's gonna suck if you're like playing if you don't want to do the Christmas challenge and you just play two heroes and you're just spamming those heroes still. It's gonna suck for you.
Yeah.
That's just the reality. Like the games are gonna be random if you take it too seriously. So just put on some music, relax, or avoid playing the game for a little bit. I mean, it's not a good, like, I understand people are like, I want to play my favorite game. Fully get it. I mean, I also want to play Deadlock, but just goof around a little bit. Like the games are not serious. The games are completely random, and just have fun with it. Try different builds, try different heroes. Like don't keep doing what you were doing before, because that's gonna frustrate you a lot more.
Yeah. I mean, I will say I've been part of the problem for sure. I've been queuing up with like my uh Death Slam League team. So we will queue up as
Yeah,
6 and we just have every hero selected. We're like, all right, let's go. Like, and
yeah,
once we clear a hero, we take it off. And so like the
yeah.
games we go into, sometimes we're going against another 6 stack of people that are like playing seriously and like play their heroes, and we're on, all off heroes, and we get absolutely stomped in 15 minutes, or the next game is like an actual good game and we win, and it's, you don't know, it is an actual, like you said, coin toss in a way. So um yeah, I'm enjoying it
Mhm.
though. It's still fun, like being able to try, like just getting your hands on a hero maybe you've only played a couple times is kind of refreshing every once in a while if you are like me and you're forced to play like the same 4 heroes every game.
Yeah.
So I can only play so
Mhm.
much, Seven and Infernus, bro. It's too much.
No, I mean, I feel you. I think that the idea of the challenge is great. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. Like if we just had an unranked mode, I think nobody would complain.
Yeah.
That's kind
Absolutely.
of the issue, right? So it's literally the only source of complaint is the fact that, hey, the people feel bad because they're losing rank, because they're losing a lot of games, which, they really shouldn't feel bad for participating in the challenge. That's fun. And so yeah, I think Valve should have just disabled rank
That's the most
for the event.
that's probably the best solution I've heard, like considering there was no real alternative, right? Like it's not like we have, like we were saying earlier, a turbo mode where you can play this in. So disabling the ranked changes just for the 3 weeks or
Yeah.
something would have been actually a really great solution.
Yeah, just be like, hey, your MMR is not going to be affected in these next couple of weeks, so play whatever you want. And yeah, so that's really all there is for this event. Was like low effort, right?
Yeah.
They just threw something together because, well, they were hoping to have the big update out in December. They didn't have the big update out in December, but obviously they still wanted to do a little something for the holidays. So I'm assuming they just threw this together like pretty quickly, right? Like I don't think that this was like a super planned event. I mean, if you just compare it to last year's event, which had skins for every single hero that was made, like that's a lot more effort. Like, yeah, sure, the skins weren't like incredible, right? Like they were all pretty simple, but still, there was one skin for every single hero. Like that's a decent amount of effort. At least they had to model all those skins, they had to prepare them, they had to think about them,
Hmm.
they had to like conceptualize them. This year they were just like, just get a win on every hero. Oh, they also had all the challenges last year, right? Which was like, oh, get X
Hidden
amount of kills
challenges,
with X
yeah.
ability. Yeah, so this year was really just like, hey, sorry we didn't get the update in time. Here's a little holiday event so that you guys at least have a little something to do while we, like go on vacation for a little bit, and then we'll come back in January with the event. So, there's really not much to say to the people that are not having fun with it. It's unfortunate. If you're really not having fun, just take a break from Deadlock. I mean, and come back in January whenever we have the update.
I feel like the holiday event was always going to come out. Like I do, like in my history with Valve, like this type of stuff is pretty normal. Like they'll have teams
Yeah.
working on different parts. So I think like regardless of when the big update was going to come out, I think that they had an idea for a holiday event in the works for a while. And then, like you said, once they realized like, hey, we're not getting the big update out, let's just finish up the holiday event and we'll just push the holiday event. So like I think like this is something that is just kind of what like Valve does. Like holiday events has just been a historical thing with them, and it's probably something they'll continue in Deadlock. For how long, until what scope, and stuff like that. Who knows? Like sometimes they, if we ever end up getting a custom games type of setup, like Valve could build their own custom games as like an event for the holidays, like stuff like
Yeah.
that, which they've done, previously. So like, it's
Yeah.
possible we get larger scale stuff like that in the future, but I'm okay with this holiday event being a little bit smaller if it means that they're putting so much effort into this major update that, got ended up getting delayed. But, it just
Yeah.
makes me that much more kind of like excited for when it does launch, in a way. Like as weird as that is, it's like, okay, well,
Hmm.
slower or like lower holiday update, but this next update, it's gonna be sick. They cooked on it, hopefully.
Well, the pressure is there. The
Yeah.
pressure is there in that sense. Like they have to deliver on this update. If this update is not good, or like people don't like it, then it's gonna be, because this update has been in the works for a while. I mean, the last major update that we got was, I think, August 18th or so. Like I don't know the exact date, but around there. So it's been over 4 months, which for most people is a long time. Like I said, the Valve people in general that have played Valve games know, like, hey, they do things on their own schedule, so it's going to take some time. But for most gamers that are coming from other games, like 4 months without a major update is a pretty long time by most game standards. Um, but I think, you just got to give Valve time to cook. I'm very confident that they'll come up with something good.
Yeah.
And but I guess we'll see. I don't know exactly when the update is going to come. I mean, hopefully it comes earlier rather than later. Like early January would be great, but knowing Valve, it could very well be like mid or even late January. But I mean, I hope it's going to be earlier rather than later.
Yeah, we're all just sitting here, and January 31st comes around, it's like boom, there it is, updates out finally on time, let's go. No,
That would
yeah.
be like a classic Valve, but I don't think Deadlock Valve has been doing
Agreed.
that. Deadlock Valve has been pretty good, like about it. But like,
Agreed.
yeah, in other games they've done stuff like that pretty consistently, where they're like, yeah, we'll launch this thing in the first half of the year. First half of the year meaning literally like June
June.
30th.
Yeah, no, I agree. I tease because it's just fun. But yeah, I agree. I think the
Yeah.
Deadlock version of Valve has been pretty on point. So we'll see what they do. We had some other Reddit complaints, but I'm curious if you want to just move on to the curiosity corner.